morning. I am so close to the camera. Today, this week, we are doing this video. What am I saying? This video is all about reading new releases, and the first one we are tackling is Wild Love by Elsie Silver. This has been like my most anticipated release of the year, I feel like, and I'm just so excited. So we are gonna dive in, we're gonna read that. We're going to read a couple other books. I feel like April is a huge month for all these new books coming out by authors that I really enjoy. So we are just gonna do the damn thing. It's a Wednesday. We're starting this like vlog style video in the middle of the week, and it'll be a mix of like week in my life, reading new releases, all the things. So let's go. Hello everyone. It is still Wednesday. I have been to the office, I've had lunch, I've had snack, I've been running all over the place, and I wanted to give you guys updates for my Wild Love thoughts. I'm eating these. These are truly the best thing in the entire world. Shout out to my cousin Heather for showing me these because I'm literally obsessed. Like, I can't stop eating them. The s'mores ones are my favorite, but they have like birthday cake, they have cookies and cream, they have like a cinnamon sugar one, I think. You can order them on Amazon, you can get them at Meijer. They are delicious. So what I didn't tell you earlier is that I started this book last night. It came out yesterday. I started it last night at like 8 p.m. I don't even know what time I went to bed because I got 50% of the way through this book. Like, I started reading it and I couldn't stop. So who knows what time I went to bed. But guys, this book, it's so cute. Rosie and Ford are just like, they remind me a lot of Willa and Cade, which is funny because if you don't know, Ford is Willa's brother. The Rose Hill series, if you don't know, is a spinoff of Chestnut Springs, and it's, like I said, Ford is Willa's brother. Willa is in the Chestnut Springs series. She has her own book. I wouldn't say cowboy romance because this is more of like a billionaire type of thing, and I'm actually not minding it. He's a very like brooding kind of billionaire. He's not like flashy. He is very, I don't know, he's very like angry, and I'm enjoying it, which I was surprised by because if you have watched any of my other videos, you know that I typically don't like billionaire rich type of romances. It's just not my vibe. I also mentioned in my TBR video that I was nervous because there is a single dad like trope to this, and I was worried because it's a 12-year-old and I didn't know what the situation was, and I don't want to spoil it. I don't know, kids sometimes in writing just don't come across the way that I feel they do in real life, and sometimes it's just like cringy to read, or it's just like hard to like them or connect with them, but I don't feel that way with this book. I really like the kid in this book. Elsie Silver did it in a way that was unique, and she hasn't done it in her other books, and like I said, I don't want to spoil it, but I enjoy reading and interacting, seeing the kid interact with the people around them. I do think that it is super, super similar to Willa and Cade, and I almost wish it was just a teeny bit different. Like, I don't know, their personalities of both Ford and Cade are very similar. They're very grumpy, that type of thing, and then Willa and Rosie are very similar, which I think, like I said, I feel like I'm repeating myself, is cool because there's the family dynamic, but it almost feels like I'm reading the same thing, and because I love Elsie Silver and because I love her characters and all of that, I don't mind it, but I find myself being like, because to me, you could swap out Ford and Rosie for Willa and Cade, and it would be a very similar, I would believe that I was reading a continued or another version of their story. This is a little bit more of a slow burn. I'm 55% of the way in. I've only read 5% today. I read it when I was eating breakfast. It's more of a slow burn than her other books. You want to come in and say hi? Anywho, like the first steamy scene, like there's been a lot of tension and it's been really good. Like, I like that. It reminds me of Fourth Wing, where there's just like so much tension that you're just waiting. There have been so many quotes and so many scenes and so many just things that I've been like, oh my gosh, like kicking my feet, giggling, highlighting them. So seeing as I got 50% of the way through this book last night, I think I'm gonna probably finish it tonight, which honestly might be a new record for me when it comes to Elsie Silver books, because her books are decently long. They're at least like 400 pages. So while we're sitting here, speaking of Elsie Silver, I got new bookshelves to go in my office, and they're gonna go on this gallery wall, which I feel like I've talked to you guys about. I'm trying to figure out how I wanna do that. But I was trying to figure out what books I wanted to go on there, and I wanted them to be colorful and match the vibe of my room, but I didn't. I wanted them to be ones that I really loved. And I've read so many books on my Kindle since getting it. Like, I don't buy a ton of books physically anymore, and I'm not someone who typically has, like, stuff on my Kindle and then buys the physical copy. I have done that with, like, all of the Crescent City books, and minus the first one. The Crescent City books, I did it with Throne of Glass, and I did it with Jessa Hastings' Never, which I regret doing that, but whatever. That being said, though, I wanted to get the Chestnut Springs series because I don't have any of the physical books, and these are some of my favorite books of all time. So I went ahead and got them all. I got them from Target. It was cheaper to buy them individually from Target than it was to buy a set on Amazon or anywhere else. So I got them all individually, and of course I'll have to take off these stupid stickers, but they're just like so stunning, and they're gonna look so beautiful on my wall. And now I can like go back and annotate them and, you know, just make sure they're really well loved. I know this is kind of a reading new releases type of video, but I have continued to listen to Tom Lake on Audible, and I am loving it. I'm almost 50% of the way through. I'm on chapter 10, and I can't recommend this enough. Meryl Streep, if you don't know, she's the one who narrates this. I almost said annotates. Narrates this book, and it's just so amazing. And I don't know why, but I keep picturing the Peter Duke character as Jacob Elordi. Don't ask me why. I have no idea. Just peek it in there. Let me turn off my Grey's Anatomy in the back here. Almost sick to my stomach when I go to drink these now since I saw that video of the rat thing. And I know it's not... That could happen to anybody. Like, that could happen to any company that cans beverages, but like, I don't know. It's just like, it made me sick to my stomach seeing that video. So, last night I finished Wild Love by Elsie Silver, and I was just so giddy, and I loved this book so much. I was like, I could feel myself being like, like, it's just so cute. The love story that they have, I'm obsessed with, and I think that I can confidently say now that the end is here, I've read the whole thing, this is different from Willa and Kate. It's similar. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that in this video, but it's not so similar that I'm like, why did she write this? I don't know if I have the like 5-star rating feeling, and I feel like if I don't know, then the answer is that I don't have it. So I did rate it 5 stars on Goodreads, but I think that I would probably give it a 4.75. It's so close, but I just didn't get that, like, this book has changed me for the rest of my life the way I did with Reckless. Like, Reckless, that book, like, I think about it all the time. So, or like Crescent City. At the end, they did do like an epilogue, and then Elsie Silver always does the like bonus chapters that you can get after the books, and I eat those up. And the extra bonus chapter was like 7 or 8 years in the future, and it was from a whole different perspective than the other perspectives in the book, and it was so freaking sweet. Like, I truly loved it. Like, it was everything. And then I know I talked about in one of the clips that I thought that Weston was going to get his own story in this series, and that was confirmed at the end of the book. There is a little snippet of his story, and I did not pick up on the thread that ran through this book of who his love interest is going to be. I'm not going to spoil it, but I didn't see it coming. That being said, we have finished our first book of our reading new releases, and I have 2 that I downloaded last night. I also downloaded like 17 other books. I was literally laying in bed last night, and I finished Wild Love, and then I was like, what else can I do? And I shit you not, I think I downloaded 7 books. I do have 2 books that I downloaded, and they are Just for the Summer and the reappearance of Rachel Price. So I'm trying to determine what kind of mood I'm in. Do I want to read another romance, or do I want to jump into a mystery thriller type of book? I don't know. So I'm gonna think about that. Hello, it's been quite a few days because I was finishing The Bodyguard, which is not a new release, but I wanted to get it off my Kindle, be done with it, and it also was from Libby, so I had to finish it in a certain amount of time. Honestly, I wish I would have just DNF'd it because I didn't like it that much and I wasted my time. I almost went into a book slump because of it. So, that being said, we are moving on to another new release for this video, and what I've chosen is the reappearance of Rachel Price, and I am so excited for this one. I have seen mixed reviews, but I really did like A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, so I'm hoping it's very similar to that, and we're just going to jump in. I'm going to start reading it, and I will let you know my thoughts along the way. So, I'm also going to get ready and work out. I have been doing the Sophia Pinella workouts on Playbook. I'm really liking them, so I'm gonna do one of those. I did like very subdued Coachella-esque makeup today. I don't know about you guys, but this is the first year for me, in like recent years at least, that I've been seeing stuff online about Coachella, and I'm like, I kind of wish I was there. Usually I see Coachella and I'm like, no, not for me. It's probably the Taylor Swift effect. I mean, let's be honest, she's there, so everyone just automatically thinks it's cool. But no, looking at it and like seeing the vibes, I feel like we're like restarting a new cycle where people are like more casual and just going to listen to the music and not making it this huge obnoxious spectacle. So it looks more appealing to me. I don't know, that's just my opinion. So yeah, I am going to eat a little snack, I'm gonna work out, and then I'm going to start, I keep wanting to say A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, I'm going to start the reappearance of Rachel Price. Hello! Am I like at a decent height? I can't really tell. Hello! I wanted to update you on where I'm at with the reappearance of Rachel Price. I am 15% of the way through and I am not totally hooked yet. This one has a little bit more of like a slow build up compared to A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which I don't mind, but I'm still kind of like getting into the story, and I have been so tired the last couple days that I've like barely been reading. So I don't really know a whole lot. They are filming a like documentary type thing about the disappearance of Rachel Price, and our main character is Rachel Price's daughter. That's kind of where I'm at. They're starting filming. They're in the middle of doing it, so they're like going to their house and meeting with their other extended family members and going to the school and all of that. So our main character, her name's Annabelle, but they call her Belle, and she is a high school senior, so similar to Pip in A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Obviously, we know from the title that Rachel Price comes back, and I don't know what I think she left for. Like, I'm trying to piece together, and I'm like anticipating when she's gonna show up, but I haven't gotten the feeling yet, or like I don't have any theories as to what's going on or why she disappeared. So we are just going to have to keep reading, and yeah. Hello. This is like horrible lighting and I look like an egg, but that's totally fine. I wanted to give you some updates while I am eating breakfast on the reappearance of Rachel Price, because it got really, really good last night. I am 46% of the way through the book. I think I'm going to finish it today, honestly, because it is the night before. It's Thursday, April 18th. That means tomorrow is Taylor Swift album release day. I think I'm going to stay up till midnight like a total psycho. So I am going to read, I'm sure, to like keep myself awake. But it, like, as soon as yesterday, I was like, I don't know, the story's kind of building up. It didn't get me the way A Good Girl's Guide to Murder did immediately. The way that Rachel Price reappeared is just like, and I do stand by what I said in the fact that I don't have any idea of like where she came from, if she's telling the truth. Like I don't have any theories. Like everything is just like out there, and I'm like, I don't understand why she would want to disappear. It, like, I don't know, it's just really strange. that wasn't a spoiler either. The book literally tells you that she reappears. So, but plan is to finish it today, and then we will jump into Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. This is just like a crazy book, and I had a really bad dream last night. So I feel like I'm just such a pansy, and my mind just goes in really bad places anytime I read something that's like, it has to be something that could be true in real life. That's where it gets me. I am going to read some more, and once I do, I will come back on and let you know my thoughts. It has been a few days, and I have finished The Reappearance of Rachel Price, so I want to give you guys all my thoughts, and then we're actually going to wrap the video here because I have a few more new releases to read, but I don't want this video to be 7 million years long, so we are going to put those in another video that's going to be like part 2, reading new releases. So I feel like last time I talked to you guys, I was kind of like, I like it, but it's a little slow. I haven't really figured out anything, and I will be honest, like, till the very end, I did not know. I didn't have any theories about what was happening. Like, everything was just so all over the place that I was like, I don't even know what I believe. Like, I don't even have any guesses. I ended up giving it a 3.5 out of 5. And the reason I did, it would have been a 4 if not for the end. I'm not going to spoil it, but it essentially was wrapped up in a way that was like way too easy and way too unrealistic, and I just didn't like that. I do stand by this being slower than A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. That one like picked up immediately, and I really liked that one because they were different like forms of what you were reading. So you were reading Pip's like evidence log and reading text messages and like things like that. So it kind of broke up the chapters and gave it a little bit more of like an interesting twist. This one didn't have that, which makes sense because of what the story actually is. But I did miss that, and I don't know, like, I know these are two totally separate things, but that element I really enjoyed of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Not totally fair to compare this to that because it's not even related, but that was something that popped in my head. I didn't see any of the plot twists at the end happening. Like, I didn't guess any of it. And it was similar to A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, where it was like bits and pieces I had thought previously, like as I was reading the book, I was like, ooh, maybe that's something, but I didn't put it all together. Like, there was still the element of surprise, and about like at the 75% mark to the end of the book, I was entranced. Like, it had me, there were so many things happening, and it was just like, oh my gosh, I need to finish this right now. I do feel like there are still some plot holes where it was like I said, it was wrapped up too easily, and certain things weren't like completely flushed out, if that makes sense. I did really enjoy Belle's character and her relationships, like seeing how she keeps everyone at arm's length. Like I said, 3.5 out of 5. It was really enjoyable. And I think if you like Holly Jackson, if you like mysteries, young adult, I think you'll really like this. That being said, this is the end of my reading new releases video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you give me a thumbs up, subscribe. All my social medias are linked down below, and I will see you guys in my next one.